Aliens watched in shock as Earth struck back. The Empire fell in just 14 minutes. The sky over Earth was calm, blue, and peaceful, a normal day that would soon be remembered for centuries. In the cold depths of space, far above the planet, enormous ships appeared like shadows against the sunlight. They were unlike anything humanity had seen before. Their shapes were strange, angular, and perfectly designed for war. The ships moved silently, as if the stars themselves bent around them. The aliens who controlled them were confident. They had conquered thousands of worlds in their empire. They believed that Earth would be no different. From their massive command ship, a sleek vessel that glowed with energy fields, the alien commanders observed the planet below. Their eyes, or what humans would call eyes, flickered with anticipation. To them, Earth was just a small rock, full of weak, primitive creatures who could not fight back. On the ground, people went about their daily lives, completely unaware of the approaching danger. Children played in parks, farmers worked in fields, and workers walked to offices. The world seemed ordinary, yet hidden beneath the surface. Humans had been preparing for this moment for decades. In a secure underground facility, far from prying eyes, a team of the world's best scientists and military leaders gathered. Commander Ethan Cole, a tall man with short brown hair and calm blue eyes, stood at the front. His uniform was simple, without any unnecessary decoration, but it carried the weight of responsibility. He looked at the team in the dimly lit room. Dr. Prees. Lila Grant, a woman known for her intelligence and courage, adjusted her glasses and tapped on a glowing screen. "They're close," she said quietly, almost to herself. "They are entering the orbit. Estimates say they'll reach the surface in less than an hour if they continue at this speed." Ethan nodded. "We expected this," he said. His voice was calm, but his heart beat faster than usual. "Activate the countermeasures. Everything we've prepared. No mistakes." The team moved quickly. Screens lit up with diagrams of the ships above. Each alien vessel was cataloged, and every weapon system on Earth had a plan assigned to it. Unlike what the aliens thought, humans were not defenseless. They had developed secret technologies, experimental weapons, and autonomous fleets hidden around the world. In the sky, the aliens began their first moves. Small scout ships detached from the main armadas and approached the atmosphere. Their goal was simple: observe, intimidate, and prepare for a landing. But they did not know that humans had been watching too. Satellites, hidden radar arrays, and deep space sensors had already detected the fleet weeks ago. Nate Carter, a young engineer with quick hands and a sharper mind, sat at a console, monitoring the signals. "They are scanning the planet," he said. "They think they know our capabilities, but they don't. They have no idea." He smiled faintly. "Not even close." Kayla Brooks, a skilled pilot, leaned over his shoulder. Her brown hair was tied back in a tight braid, and her green eyes were focused. "Ready the drones," she said. "We only get one chance to show them we're not helpless." Far above the Earth, the alien commanders discussed their next step. "Prepare the surrender demand," one said. His voice was mechanical yet sharp. "These humans are insignificant. We offer them a choice: obedience or destruction. They will surrender immediately." Below, Ethan and Lila prepared for the message the aliens would broadcast. It would arrive in every language, in every country, across every screen. The aliens assumed that fear alone would control humanity. They were wrong. When the message appeared on screens across the globe, people stopped and stared. The words were clear and simple: surrender now, or face complete annihilation. Governments debated, military leaders panicked, and ordinary people grew fearful. But behind the scenes, Ethan, Leela, and their team worked faster than ever. They had anticipated this moment. Ethan spoke over the secure communication network. Do not respond. Keep the transmissions monitored, but do not acknowledge them. We know their arrogance. They will underestimate us. His tone was steady, giving strength to those who followed him. Lila tapped on her screen, pulling up a map of Earth with multiple markers indicating secret defense sites. All units are in position. Orbital platforms are ready. Underground launch systems are ready. Autonomous drones are ready. We wait for my signal. The aliens had expected panic, division, and chaos. They believed that humans would fight among themselves, giving the Empire easy victory. Instead, humans were united in silence. The planet's best minds and bravest soldiers had coordinated a plan that no alien could imagine. The first alien scout ship entered the atmosphere. Its sensors scanned cities, forests, and oceans. It recorded the planet's defenses, or so it thought. Humans had created advanced countermeasures that masked critical sites and made ordinary locations appear far more populated and defended than they really were. They're moving into our trap, he said quietly. Everything depends on timing now. 14 minutes is all it will take, but it must be precise. Kayla moved to her pilot seat in a nearby hangar. Her squad of drones hummed to life around her. I like these odds, she muttered, though her heart raced. They think they are invincible. They have no idea what they're walking into. Meanwhile, the alien commanders grew impatient. They did not understand why Earth was silent, why no military fleets emerged to challenge them. These humans are foolish, one said. They will pay for their arrogance. On Earth, civilians remained unaware, but in hidden bunkers and secure bases, humanity's defense was ready. Ethan, Lila, Nate, Kayla, and hundreds of others prepared for what they called Operation Iron Dawn. Every weapon, every system, every strategy had been tested in simulations countless times. Now it would be real. The aliens moved closer, their ships casting shadows over oceans and continents. Massive vessels hovered over major cities, their energy weapons ready to strike. They expected instant surrender, but humanity waited patiently. Ethan checked the timer on his wrist console. It counted down not to the alien attack, but to the moment humans would strike. 14 minutes, he thought. That was all it would take to change the galaxy forever. Lila glanced at him. They will not know what hit them, she said. Our defenses will seem sudden, overwhelming. They won't have a chance to respond. Nate activated the drone swarms. Hundreds of tiny, agile machines disappeared into the sky, invisible to alien sensors. Kayla led the first wave into orbit, each pilot coordinating silently through encrypted networks. Below, cities were quiet. People continued daily routines, unaware of the massive battle about to unfold above them. The calm before the storm hid the genius of human strategy. The alien scouts finally transmitted their findings back to the main fleet. The planet has some defenses, but nothing serious, one reported. No fleet detected. Ground forces seem minimal. The alien admirals laughed. Prepare the capital ships for bombardment, they said. We will crush them before they can even fight. Ethan and Lila watched the transmission feed, already predicting the Empire's moves. Every calculation, every estimate, every potential reaction had been considered. Humans were ready not just to survive, but to win. Time passed slowly, yet the tension was unbearable. Every second felt like an hour. 14 minutes, Ethan reminded himself. 14 minutes to strike back and shatter the myth of alien invincibility. Then the moment came. Lila's hand hovered over the command console. Now, she whispered. Ethan pressed the final activation button. Across the globe, hidden launch systems, orbital platforms, and drone swarms began their coordinated attack. The alien fleet was the first to react. Sensors detected activity, but it was too late. Small strikes disabled critical systems on the ships. Autonomous drones targeted energy grids and weapons. Human strategy used every advantage the aliens had never imagined possible. The command ship, the largest in the fleet, attempted to coordinate a defense, but signals were jammed, communications blocked. Panic spread among the alien ranks. They had never faced such a response from a species they considered primitive. Ethan, Leela, Nate, and Kayla watched as the first shockwaves of human power reached the aliens. The Empire's confidence cracked in real time. Their movements became chaotic. The humans' attacks were precise, calculated, and devastating. Ethan smiled faintly. "They thought they were gods," he said quietly. "They are about to learn what humans can do." 14 minutes to shatter the expectations of an entire empire, and humans were just getting started. The alien ships hovered above Earth, their massive forms casting long shadows over oceans and cities. They moved with confidence at first, their weapons glowing, ready to strike. They had never expected any resistance. To them, humanity was weak, disorganized, and primitive. But humans had a different plan. Ethan Cole watched the screens in the underground command center. His face was calm, but inside, he felt a thrill. This was the moment they had been preparing for. The first wave of humans' counterattack was already in motion, hidden in the skies and underground. The aliens did not even know it had begun. In the orbit above, Kayla Brooks guided her small strike craft among the shadows of alien capital ships. Her ship was fast, nimble, and barely visible to the alien sensors. Around her, dozens of drones swarmed, each one carrying small but powerful weapons. These drones moved like a cloud of insects, striking at weak points the aliens did not even know existed. "Target the energy nodes on the hulls," Kayla said through her headset. "Focus fire. Keep them off balance." Her co-pilot, a calm young man named Ryan Lewis, nodded. "Engaging now." All units synchronized. Below, Nate Carter monitored the drone's progress. "They don't know what's hitting them," he said. "The first nodes are down. Shields are failing. Capital ship systems are offline in sectors 2 and 3. Ethan stood behind them, his eyes never leaving the main screen. "Good. Keep pressure on them. Don't let them regroup. Remember, speed and precision. 14 minutes, and the Empire will fall." In space, the alien commanders were beginning to realize that something was wrong. Their sensors showed activity, but it made no sense. "We are under attack," one shouted. "From where?" "Our intelligence shows nothing on the planet." Their confusion grew as drones and stealth craft disabled the first capital ships. Alien pilots tried to respond, but their attacks were slow and clumsy. Humans were everywhere and nowhere at once. Every strike was calculated, every movement designed to confuse and destroy. On Earth, Lila Grant triggered another part of the plan. Hidden launch systems beneath oceans and mountains fired missiles with incredible speed. Some were conventional, but others carried advanced experimental weapons that could disable alien electronics instantly. Cities above remained untouched, giving no hint of what was happening underground. "Missiles away," Lila said, watching the map light up with strike locations. "They won't see this coming. Their shields are collapsing sector by sector." The aliens screamed orders, but their command network was already under human attack. Communications jammed, signals blocked, and their carefully coordinated fleets began to drift apart. Panic spread through the Empire. Ships collided, energy beams fired in confusion, and some vessels simply shut down entirely. In orbit, Kayla piloted her craft between alien warships, guiding drones into weak points on hulls and engines. She grinned. "This is too easy," she said. "They thought they could intimidate us. They have no idea what humans are capable of." Ethan spoke calmly into his headset. "Stay focused. Precision, not speed alone. We need complete control of this battlefield in 14 minutes." Ryan leaned over his console. "The alien flagship is trying to send commands to the fleet. It's too late. Their systems are fried. They don't know where our attacks are coming from." Meanwhile, on the ground, humans controlled the battlefield from hidden stations across the world. Engineers, soldiers, and scientists worked together in perfect coordination. Communication networks used quantum encryption, invisible to alien sensors. Every attack, every move was synchronized like a perfectly choreographed dance. The aliens tried to regroup. They launched their first strike toward Earth, firing massive energy beams. Cities shook, but the humans had anticipated this. Shield grids activated instantly, absorbing the impact. Some alien weapons misfired, hitting their own ships as confusion spread. Nate watched the damage reports. "Their energy beams are hitting each other. They can't adjust fast enough. Systems are failing. Shields are gone on several cruisers." Ethan's voice was steady. "Good. Keep pressure. Next phase is the lockdown." Lila activated the next part of the plan. Using advanced gravitational manipulation technology, humans created localized fields that slowed the alien ship's movement. These fields made the alien ships sluggish, unable to maneuver, while humans' smaller craft moved freely. Drones, missiles, and strike crafts attacked with lethal efficiency. Kayla's voice was calm but excited. "They can't dodge. Every strike lands. Engines are offline on the lead cruisers." Ryan laughed quietly. 14 minutes, he said. "I can't believe it. They thought they would conquer Earth, and now they're helpless." From the alien flagship, panic became visible even through the alien calm exterior. "They are stronger than anticipated," one commander shouted. "Pull back! Regroup! Attack from another angle." But it was too late. Every maneuver the aliens tried failed. Humans predicted each move. Every countermeasure they had prepared worked exactly as planned. Ships were caught in time dilation fields, engines burned out, and weapons misfired. Chaos ruled the alien ranks. On Earth, Ethan observed the global map, showing alien vessels being disabled one after another. "This is going better than expected," he said. "Keep it coordinated. They must not recover." The alien admirals realized the impossible. Their empire, which had never failed in over 1,000 worlds, was collapsing in front of them. Ships were being destroyed or captured. Their soldiers panicked, unsure how to fight a species that seemed to anticipate every move. Lila spoke into her headset, her tone calm but filled with satisfaction. "Begin the final strike on their command ship. We cannot leave the leaders alive. Target the core systems. Disable them completely." Kayla guided her craft toward the massive alien flagship. Around her, hundreds of drones swarmed, striking at vital points, disrupting energy flows, and cutting communication channels. Small missile pods fired from Earth and orbit simultaneously, creating explosions that rocked the flagship. Ryan monitored the energy levels. "They can't sustain this," he said. "Shields are gone, weapons offline, engines failing." On the alien flagship, alarms blared continuously. Alien commanders shouted, trying to maintain control, but the humans' coordinated strike was relentless. Ships collided, energy beams misfired, and the once mighty fleet was disintegrating. Back on Earth, civilians remained unaware of the massive battle unfolding above them. Children played, workers went about their day, and life seemed normal. But hidden beneath the surface, humanity had demonstrated what it was capable of. unity, intelligence, and courage. Ethan watched the final moments unfold. 14 minutes, he said quietly. They thought they could control the galaxy. They were wrong. Leela smiled faintly. Prepare for the lockdown of their remaining vessels. This is the last phase. Gravitational fields expanded, locking remaining alien ships in place. Engines sputtered, weapons jammed, and the flagship was completely disabled. Humans sent boarding drones to capture intelligence and ensure no revival of the command network. Kayla exhaled, her hands steady on the controls. They are finished. We've done it. They thought they could conquer us in hours, maybe days. Instead, their empire is collapsing in minutes. We did what no one expected. But this is just the beginning. The galaxy will know that humans are not weak. We fight together, and we win together. On the alien flagship, the remaining commanders could only watch in disbelief as their empire fell apart. Communications were destroyed, fleets were disabled, and every world they controlled began to receive proof of defeat. Fear replaced arrogance. Lila tapped the console, initiating the final transmission. Broadcast the results across the galaxy. Let the universe know what happened here. Oz, from orbit and hidden stations on Earth, humans sent out encrypted messages showing the destruction of the Empire's fleets and the capture of their command ships. Planet after planet received the message, and whispers of rebellion began to stir among alien-controlled worlds. Kayla leaned back, exhausted but proud. They underestimated us. That was their mistake. Ethan nodded. They will never underestimate humanity again. Today, Earth struck back. Today, the Empire fell. For 14 minutes, the aliens had believed themselves invincible. For 14 minutes, they had ruled the galaxy with arrogance. And in those 14 minutes, humans had shown that courage, intelligence, and unity could defeat even the greatest power in the stars. Mate glanced at the screen showing the remaining alien ships powerless and trapped. It's over, he said simply. Ethan smiled. For now, he replied. But this is just the start of a new chapter. A chapter where humanity is no longer a weak species. We have shown what we can do when we fight together. Above, the alien ships drifted helplessly, their once great fleet now reduced to frozen hulks and shattered dreams. Below, humans returned to their stations, ready to ensure that the victory would be complete. In the calm after the first wave of battle, humanity had proven something to the universe, that even the smallest and seemingly weakest world could rise against an empire and win, if its people were united and determined. 14 minutes had changed everything. The alien fleet drifted helplessly above Earth, frozen and broken. Ships that had once commanded fear across thousands of worlds now hung motionless, their energy systems fried, their weapons dead. Alien commanders screamed orders that no one could follow, their voices lost in static. They had never faced a species like humans, and they did not know how to respond. On Earth, Ethan Cole and his team watched every movement. The underground command center was filled with glowing screens, each one showing a part of the disabled fleet. Humans had struck with precision, patience, and intelligence. It was over, yet the final phase had only just begun. "We need to secure the flagship," Ethan said quietly. "Their command system must be captured before they can rebuild anything. We can't leave any chance for them to recover." Lila Grant nodded. "Drones and boarding craft are ready. We can infiltrate the ship remotely. No human needs to put themselves in direct danger unless necessary. I'll lead the boarding drones. The alien vessel is slow and confused. They won't resist effectively." Her green eyes sparkled with determination. "This is what we've been waiting for." High above, the flagship towered over the rest of the fleet. Once it had been a symbol of empire and power, but now it was a crippled husk, its energy flickering like a dying star. The alien admirals inside were frantic. "They cannot be this strong," one shouted. "They are primitive, weak. How can they destroy us so quickly?" Another alien hissed. "We were never defeated before. Our empire cannot fall in minutes. This is impossible." But reality did not change. Their ships were crippled, their weapons useless, and their soldiers paralyzed by fear and confusion. Humanity had proven something the aliens could not understand. Strength was not always in size or technology. It was in strategy, unity, and willpower. Ethan watched the screens as drones entered the flagship. Small, fast machines moved silently through corridors, scanning and disabling systems. Alien soldiers tried to resist, but they were trapped and disoriented. Every drone strike was precise. Every move had been calculated. "Core systems are almost down," Nate Carter said. "We've locked their engines, disabled their weapons, and cut their communications. Their command chain is broken." Lila smiled. "Prepare to access their databanks. We need intelligence on how they ran their empire. It will help us prevent future attacks and show the galaxy that Earth is not weak." On the flagship, alien admirals watched helplessly as their empire crumbled. They attempted desperate maneuvers, but every effort failed. Their largest ships drifted like wrecks in the void. Energy beams misfired. Systems overloaded. Panic spread faster than it ever had in the history of the Empire. Kayla guided the drones into the control center of the flagship. They moved through the corridors, disabling security systems and scanning for important files. Alien crews tried to stop them, but the drones were faster and smarter. Humans had designed these machines specifically for this moment, anticipating every move the aliens might make. "Accessing the mainframe now," Kayla said over the headset. "We've got it. Core systems are ours. Their fleet cannot function without this control." Ethan and Lila monitored the data transfer. Worlds of information were flowing in: star charts, fleet commands, weapon designs, and communications between colonies. Humanity had just captured the knowledge of an empire that spanned countless systems. Nate looked amazed. They underestimated us in every way. They thought technology alone would make them unbeatable, but they didn't count on strategy, planning, or human courage. On Earth, the population remained largely unaware of what had happened above. Cities were calm and life continued as usual. But in secret bunkers, military and scientific leaders celebrated quietly. Humanity had done the impossible. They had struck back and won. The alien flagship was now under complete human control. The remaining ships in the fleet were paralyzed. The alien commanders tried one last desperate measure. They attempted to ignite a massive energy pulse, hoping it would destroy Earth and humanity's orbital fleet. "Prepare defenses," Ethan said. "We know this move is coming." Lila activated the planetary shield grids. Energy rippled across the globe, absorbing the alien attack. The massive pulse fizzled and failed. Alien soldiers stared in disbelief as their plan collapsed. "They cannot do this," one alien muttered. "Our weapons are failing. Everything is failing." Ethan's team prepared for the next step, broadcasting the news of the Empire's collapse across the galaxy. Humans had captured enough data and disabled enough ships to make a statement that no civilization could ignore. "Begin transmission," Ethan said. "Send proof of their defeat. Let every world they control know that the Empire has fallen." Lila tapped the console, sending encrypted messages to the stars. The broadcast showed alien fleets crippled, command ships captured, and intelligence systems seized. Planet after planet, the truth spread. The empire that had once ruled thousands of worlds was gone in just 14 minutes. In distant colonies, alien populations received the transmission. Fear replaced loyalty. Governors and commanders who had followed the empire's rule began to question their allegiance. Rebellion sparked as people realized their leaders had been defeated so quickly. Ethan observed the galactic map on the main screen. "They are already rebelling," he said. "We've broken the Empire's control without even leaving our planet." Kayla smiled. "It's amazing. They thought they were untouchable, and now every world they conquered knows that humans are a force to be reckoned with." On the alien flagship, the remaining commanders were trapped and powerless. They had never experienced failure, and now they faced it all at once. Their arrogance, their belief in their superiority, had been their downfall. Humans had turned every advantage the aliens assumed into a weakness. Nate leaned back in his chair. "I never thought I'd see it happen this fast. The Empire. Gone in minutes. Unbelievable." Ethan's voice was steady. "It was not luck. It was preparation, intelligence, and courage. Humans are strong when we work together. That is what they never understood." With the flagship secure, humans began capturing other alien vessels. Drones disabled engines, neutralized weapons, and even retrieved alien personnel for study. The Empire's soldiers surrendered or were frozen in place, unable to resist the precision of human strategy. Lila prepared the next broadcast. "We will show the galaxy that humanity is not just capable of defense, but of leading change. Every world that was oppressed by this empire will know the truth. Earth is a force of its own." Ethan nodded. "Make sure no misinformation can spread. The galaxy needs to understand that humans fight with unity and intelligence. We will not be underestimated again." In orbit, Kayla guided the final fleet of drones to capture any remaining ships. Alien forces attempted to hide or flee, but humans anticipated every route. Every escape route was blocked. Every weapon was neutralized. The Empire was finished. "Everything is falling into place," Ryan said, his eyes wide as he watched the maps. "We have them trapped completely. There's no escape for their fleets." The alien admirals could only watch as their empire collapsed. Worlds they had ruled for centuries were now free. Communications failed. Fleets were captured or destroyed. Their authority had vanished in less than a quarter of an hour. On Earth, celebrations remained private but meaningful. Military and scientific teams exchanged smiles, knowing they had done what no one thought possible. They had defeated the greatest force in the galaxy, using strategy, planning, and courage instead of raw power alone. Ethan stood, looking at the screens. "This victory is not just for us," he said. "It's for every world that has been ruled by fear." Humanity has shown that even a single planet, united and determined, can overcome what seems impossible. Lila leaned back, exhausted but proud. "They thought they could intimidate us. They thought fear would control humans. But we fought differently. We fought smart. We fought together. And we won." Kayla and Ryan exchanged a quiet smile. 14 minutes, Kayla said softly. "That's all it took. 14 minutes to show the universe what humans can do." Nate looked around the command center. "They'll never forget this. The Empire is gone, and Earth has proven itself. Every world that sees this will respect us, or fear us." Ethan turned to his team. "This is just the beginning. Humanity has shown the galaxy that we cannot be ignored. But we must remain vigilant. The Empire may be gone, but the universe is still full of challenges. Today, we struck back. Tomorrow, we lead." In orbit, the remaining alien ships floated powerless. Their empire, once vast and feared, had fallen in 14 minutes. Humanity had demonstrated not just strength, but intelligence, courage, and unity. The galaxy had changed forever. The galaxy was quiet, but it was a different kind of quiet. It was not the calm before a storm, but the calm after a storm. The storm that had lasted 14 minutes, in which humanity had struck back and destroyed the greatest empire the stars had ever known, had ended. Now, the universe had to reckon with the fact that Earth was no longer a weak, insignificant world. On the surface, life seemed normal. Cities bustled with people going about their day. Children ran through parks, dogs barked, cars moved steadily along streets, and workers talked quietly as they moved from building to building. But deep underground, in secure command centers around the world, the people who had planned the impossible were still awake. They watched monitors, analyzed reports, and coordinated with humans in orbit. Ethan Cole stood in the main command center watching the galactic map light up with signals. The Empire was gone. Their fleets were destroyed, captured, or frozen in orbit. Alien colonies that had once obeyed the Empire were now free. Messages of rebellion had already begun to spread. Humanity had done more than defend Earth. They had shattered the very idea of alien control. Dr. Lila Grant approached Ethan, her expression calm but full of satisfaction. "It's over," she said. "Their empire is finished. Their fleets are disabled, and their colonies are starting to question their loyalty. Humans have shown them that they are not invincible." Ethan nodded. "It's not just a victory for Earth. It's a victory for every world that has lived under fear. For the first time, they see that unity and courage can overcome oppression. We've changed the balance of power." In orbit, Kayla Brooks guided the final drones to their stations. The orbital platforms had completed their scans and secured the crippled alien ships. Each ship was locked in place, its engines disabled, its weapons neutralized. Aliens inside could no longer resist. They were prisoners of their own arrogance. Ryan Lewis, her co-pilot, checked the systems. All drones are in position, no movement from their fleet. They cannot strike back. Earth controls the skies now. On the alien flagship, the remaining admirals were trapped. They could only watch as humans studied their ships and systems. Some of the alien soldiers tried to communicate with their leaders, but the messages went unanswered. Fear and confusion had replaced their command. For the first time, they understood what it meant to lose. On Earth, Nate Carter analyzed the data captured from the Empire. "We have everything," he said. "Star maps, fleet positions, weapon designs, even internal communications. We now know how they ruled, how they fought, and how they could be stopped in the future. No one can catch us by surprise again." Ethan smiled faintly. "And that knowledge is a gift to humanity. It will help us protect our world, and maybe even help others who live in fear. But we need to act wisely. Power is dangerous if it is misused." The first human messages to the galaxy had already been sent. They showed the Empire's defeat, the capture of their ships, and the collapse of their command. Alien worlds that had once been under strict control now faced a choice: continue resisting humans or seek peace and alliance. Many of them reached out cautiously, sending signals of surrender or requests for dialogue. Dr. Grant spoke as she studied incoming transmissions. Some of these worlds have lived under fear for generations. They need assurance that humanity is not just another conqueror. We have to show them that we fight to protect, not to dominate. We will. Humanity does not conquer for greed or power. We protect, we defend, and we help those who need it. But the galaxy must also understand that Earth is not weak. We are capable of great strength when necessary. On the ground, Civilians had begun to notice small changes. Strange signals appeared on communication networks, strange objects in orbit were visible at night, and rumors spread about alien fleets being destroyed. Governments began to receive encrypted messages from human command centers telling them what had happened. Leaders were amazed. Humanity had survived the impossible, and they had done it without mass panic, without losing control. In orbit, Kayla looked down at Earth, her green eyes reflecting the blue oceans and white clouds. "We've done something no one thought possible," she said quietly. "We've shown the universe that humans can fight back, and that we are not to be ignored." They will remember this for centuries. Every alien who survives will tell their people what happened. Humanity has earned a place in the galaxy, whether we like it or not. Ethan turned to the map showing alien colonies, named. "We need to reach out to them, offer assistance, build trust, and ensure that no one thinks Earth is a threat unless provoked." Diplomacy now is just as important as strategy was during the battle. Grant smiled. "Agreed. We've destroyed their empire, but we can build something better, something that others can rely on, instead of fearing." Meanwhile, the captured alien ships were studied carefully. Humans learned about their advanced propulsion, energy systems, and weapons. But more importantly, they learned how the aliens had grown arrogant and slow to adapt. Every system had a weakness, every tactic a counter. Humanity had discovered that intelligence, strategy, and courage could overcome even the most advanced technology. Nate looked over the data one more time. They relied on fear. Fear kept their empire together. But fear cannot survive against planning, unity, and courage. Humans have proven that. Kayla smiled, and they will never forget it. The Empire underestimated us, and that was their biggest mistake. Back on Earth, Ethan addressed the team. "This is only the beginning. We have shown that humans can fight and win against overwhelming odds, but we have also shown the galaxy that we are responsible, that we are not here to conquer, but to protect and to lead with integrity. We must continue to be vigilant, continue to plan, and continue to grow. The universe will test us again, but we are ready. Today we survive the impossible. Tomorrow we will protect what we have earned." Where, by where, by where, by where? The aliens who survived were beginning to understand that their empire had ended. Some were afraid, others were shocked, and a few began to plead for mercy. Humanity had captured their systems, their ships, and their knowledge. The galaxy would never see an empire rise so quickly again, without considering Earth's power. Ethan looked at the blue planet below. "This is our home, and we've just shown the universe what it means to protect it. We will continue to fight if we must, but we will also work to build alliances. Strength is not just in weapons, it is in trust, knowledge, and unity." Grant added, "We've set an example. Other worlds can see that even the smallest planet can rise and change the course of the galaxy. Humanity is no longer weak. We have stepped into a new role, and we must handle it wisely." Kayla and Ryan prepared to return their drones to the orbital platforms. "We've done all we can for now," Kayla said. "The rest is in their hands. The galaxy will learn from this." Ethan took a deep breath. The Empire fell in 14 minutes, but its lesson will last forever. Humans are not weak. We are united, courageous, and smart. That is the true power we hold. In orbit, the crippled alien ships floated, frozen reminders of a once great empire. On the ground, humans celebrated quietly, knowing they had achieved the impossible without losing their humanity. Every life saved, every decision made had been done with care and thought. The galaxy had witnessed the rise of a species that could not be underestimated. The first communications from liberated alien worlds began to arrive. They were cautious, polite, and filled with hope. Humans responded carefully, offering guidance, sharing knowledge, and promising protection. Trust had to be earned, but humanity had shown that they were capable of responsibility on a galactic scale. Ethan reflected on the battle, the 14 minutes that had changed everything. We fought with courage and intelligence, not arrogance. That is what set us apart. That is what made us victorious. Lila added, and now we have a chance to reshape the galaxy, not through fear, but through example, not through domination, but through strength, guided by wisdom. They will remember this forever. Humanity has claimed a place in the stars, and no one will forget it. The world was still, the oceans calm, and the skies clear. But the universe was aware now. The message was clear. Earth had struck back, and it had won. Humanity was no longer just a small planet in a quiet galaxy. Humanity was a force that could not be ignored. Ethan looked around his team, proud and exhausted. "This victory is not the end," he said. "It is a beginning. The galaxy has changed, and so must we. But we have shown what humans can do. That will never be forgotten." Grant smiled softly. "We've earned the right to step into the stars. Now, we must use it wisely." And so, humanity began a new chapter. The empire that had once ruled thousands of worlds was gone in 14 minutes. Earth had survived, fought back, and won. And the galaxy, once full of fear and doubt, now looked at humanity with respect, caution, and curiosity. The people of Earth returned to their lives, quietly proud of what they had achieved. The scientists, soldiers, and pilots who had made the impossible possible remained vigilant, knowing that the universe would always have challenges. But for the first time, humans understood their true power, not just in weapons or technology, but in courage, unity, and determination. 14 minutes had changed the galaxy forever, and now humanity would shape its future, strong, united, and ready for whatever the stars had in store.